I will be dealing with a very unique style of teaching of coding programs where in part 1 line by line explanation of each and every line of program using pointer directly in code, and in part 2 dry run in code itself. No need of traditional type of copy pen needed where we will see how computer does the dry run by itself. And in part 3 revising the whole concept again from part 1 of line by line explanation to part 2 of dry run of code by computer itself, and that too all in single video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is deserialization. Okay, so earlier in this video, the previous video, I have shown you what is serialization. Serialization was actually the conversion of objects into bytes of a stream that will be used to stored in file in transferable form of network, like in transferring in the network, or in the form of data storage. Okay, so the reverse of that will be the conversion of the byte of streams into objects will be deserialization. That is, in serialization file we have put the object in the form of bytes. Okay, and that is not human readable form. Okay, so to read this file we will use deserialization. Okay, this is serialization, this is deserialization. So to read this byte form of information we will use deserialization. Okay, so there will be one file that we will create, that we have already created in the serialization code video, and we have stored 1 2 3 4 5 and Kushag in that file in the form of bytes that is not human readable. Let me show you. This is the file that we have used to store the objects in the form of bytes in the previous video. This is not human readable data. Okay, this is not human readable data. So to read this file, that is a serialized bytecode file, we have to use deserialization with the help of serialization class. Okay, so where is the serialization class has been used? This is the serialization class has been used. Serializable. We have implements the serializable interface. Okay, for interface we use implements. Okay, that I have already explained in my previous OOPS COMSAT videos inside interface video. Okay, you can go there and watch the video to clear your concept. Okay, so let's switch into the code, and I will show you which line will run one by one using the theoretical process. That after that we will see which line will run first, after that which line, with the help of computer. Okay, computer will switch to each and every line to give the desired output 1 2 3 4 5 and Kushag. We will not directly see the output, we will see that how 1 2 3 4 5 and Kushag has been came to us with the help of each and every line, by surfing each and every line. Okay, and the surfing will be done by the computer. Case 1, surfing of each and every line will be done with the help of theory, that I will show you with the help of pointer, and after that surfing of each and every line with the help of computer. The computer will show you. Okay, so first of all, the computer will come to this line, that is where is main. After that this line, student class dot o equals to null. So object has been created of singleton class. Okay, so this line deals with the file reading that already has been created. That is this file eDrive output kushagarkhari.ser deals with these three lines that will read that file. Okay, so these three lines will read this file. Okay, So this line, after that this line will run O equals to singleton class OIS read object. Okay, so this will be used to read the objects that is stored in the file. Okay, after that if file is not present, okay, or like objects has been modified or something, so catch will be caught, catch 1 and catch 2. This is if file is not present. This catch deals with if file is not present, like if I modify Kushag credit.ser to Kushag ser, this catch will be called. If like a singleton class is not found, okay, so this singleton class catch will be called. So let's see in the second phase of surfing each and every line of the code with the help of computer, right? Dry run with the help of computer, not human way. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so first of all, main will be searched, that where is main. After that, this line is called singleton O equals to null, so object has been created. Okay, null object has been created. After that, these three lines deals with the that file, reading of the file. Okay, okay, see this, that file has been found in this path. Okay, if this has not been the present, then this catch will be called automatically. Okay, so object input stream OIS in this line, computers in this line. After that, this line. Okay, O is equals to a singleton class OIS dot read object. This line deals with the reading of the object, that that the value has been stored in the file. It will read that. Okay, so after that, file input stream and output input stream, object input stream will be closed with the help of these two lines. Okay, so as there is nothing wrong happened in reading the file and reading the object, so these catch file has not been, catch block has not been called. So computer will go to next line, that roll number and O dot get student get stu address. Okay, so when O dot get stu roll number will be called, computer will switch to singleton class to see what the value has been stored. Okay, see this will switch to singleton class. Okay, we were here, but due to this line O dot get roll number, we have switched to singleton class because object was of this singleton class object. Okay, so here address and roll number will be called. Okay, see, you can see that roll number value is 1 2 3 4 5 and student address equals to null. One thing more, that whenever we will use transient before any variable, that variable will not take part in serializable phenomena, so the default value of that variable will be stored. So like string student address has been called as a transient, so the default value of string is null, so null has been stored as the value of student address. If transient will be present in this private transient int equals to student roll number, then student underscore roll number will be the default value of like 0. Okay, so the default value 0 will be stored at that time if transient will be used. So whenever we will use transient, the default value will be used of that type of variable, of that type of primitive type. Okay, like string null int 0. So after that, it will go to that line. Okay, system.out.println, and it will switch to next line, and while reading this line, it will switch to singleton class again. Okay, to fetch the address, this is the getter and setters. Okay, this is actually the concept of OOPS, that is the concept of encapsulation. Okay, so I have used encapsulation concept. So line is there, it will return null value. Okay, student, it is null, so the console will also print null. See, null isn't printed. So now in the third phase we will revise both the concept, that is revision and the dry run both. So first of all, computer will peep where is main method. After that, this line, from this line to this line. Okay, so singleton object will be created, that is this class, and inside this class there is the concept of encapsulation, where I have used a transient variable and an integer without any transient. So this variable will not take part in deserialization. So the default value of this will be stored. So the default value of string is null. Okay, so after that the line will come to these three. With the help of these three lines, computer used to read the kusharkharray.ser file, and with the help of this line, the file kusharkharray.ser will be read. Okay, the file will be read. This file will be read by the code. Okay, that this serialized object byte code data will be decoded, it is deserialized in the deserialization code. Okay, so after that OIS and FIS is closed, that both the file input stream and object stream is closed. After that, whenever the line will come to this, computer will point to this line, it will call o.get student roll number. Okay, and what is O? O is the student class object, so it will come to this line. Okay, and the value of student roll number will be returned to this, like after this it will return to this class, and this value and this return will be 1 2 3 4 5, and this method will return null. Okay, so the output will come like 1 2 3 4 5 and null because of the transient keyword used before the variable. Okay, hope so the concept of three phases has been clear to you. If that had cleared your concept, please do like, comment and subscribe, so that I can get more videos for you and you will be benefited in no time. Thanks a lot.